Hey, good evening. The longest day of the year, the shortest night of the year. Contrast. So what I wanted to have a quick chat about as I drive home tonight is, how bad is your life really? I'll speak from my experience here, but I've sat and felt really hard done by the world around relationships and marriages and jobs that didn't work out and businesses that didn't work out and people that talk badly about me or didn't see me or whatever. And I think we make them out to be far darker than they actually are. We're not dying from them. We're not in a situation where our life is in complete peril all the time. We are not, we have a cage around us or whatever, but we got far more freedom than some people in the world. And I just want to kind of bring it up to help people reframe a little bit. We look at the struggle that we have and things not working out and not being in a place of success in this world, and it kind of shoots us. And then as we awaken over time, we start to step away from the very things that were success. And our businesses fall apart, or we go bankrupt, or we have a failed marriage, or we have all these things that societally are success, or the Cinderella story that we're going to into our life. And as they break down, which is a huge part of awakening, because a lot of those things are based on false premises, lies, programming that doesn't serve us, we don't see it as a success. We see it as a bunch of failures and a bunch of pain and suffering and struggle and hurting one another, etc. And we lose sight on really what's important. So, are those things happening? At the time they happen, they're full of struggle and they're really painful, and we're having to depart from societal norms and pleasing and all that kind of stuff. But eventually we get to this point where these things were the very things that began us setting boundaries. These are the very things where we stepped away from traditional things, like, let's say, losing a house, for example, or what you call home, and then finding out a new way to define how to be home, how to be safe, how to be whatever. These are all steps on the down escalator from a 3D successful world. So actually, are we losing anything? And I'm going to give you a fast forward button because I've been through some of these things, but we're not actually losing something. We're starting to look within. And the more and more we project outward our success and our validation of who we are, and that people agree that we're successful and doing well, and we step more and more away from that and step more and more into alternate of what everybody expects, a magic happens, a freedom happens, and we start to become less outward and completely inward. And as we become inward, we become self-loving. Self-loving is basically being able to look at ourselves, have no one's opinion in the middle of it, no thriving or trying or lies or whatever to try and be something that you're not, and just fully accepting who you are, no matter what you are. And after a divorce, that might be broken and wounded and incapable of a relationship, or not having a house, or not having a lot of money, or half your business was gone, or whatever. But you're no longer controlled by the 3D system, which wasn't feeding you anyways. And most of the times divorces and breakups and failures and stuff was basically your own questioning of from a 3D perspective. Hopefully the audio is still heard, but I'm pretty close to complete. So if, just in case the audio went out, my battery said low, we are successful in 3D. We're moving to a new way of seeing the world, a new way of success, a new way of seeing ourselves and being happy about that. And it's magic. But it's completely different. You're going to have to call into question everything that you thought was safety, everything that you thought made you better or good or powerful. And when you come out the other side, you're going to be a different person. And they're not bad. And you didn't lose anything. You actually were hugely successful in finding who you are really. And then once you find who you are really, you start taking your power back, you start manifesting for you, and the magic begins. So hopefully this makes sense. It's a big thought, and just reframe, take a look and see. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Have a great night, and we'll talk some more tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.